Hello, and welcome to another episode of Man versus Violin. Today is day number 963, week 138 of continual violin playing. I've practiced the violin every single day for the last 963 days. I had a few challenges, especially in the last week, so I'll talk about those after I play today's violin segment. Today, kind of a sad day in the world of music. Ozzy Osbourne died. And when I was younger, I was a huge Black Sabbath fan. I started out playing drums, and Black Sabbath's drummer, Bill Ward, was kind of a musical inspiration of mine. Then when I switched to bass, Black Sabbath's bass player, Geezer Butler, also became a huge inspiration of mine. So, big fan of Black Sabbath and the music that they cranked out, especially in the 1970s. Really great stuff. So, really saddened to hear about Ozzy's passing. So, this one actually goes out in tribute to the Blizzard of Oz. So you might have noticed that there was a little jump cut in there. And that is the first time in all of the videos that I've made so far where I've actually had to edit out a piece. And the reason for that is because last week I got COVID. So I was pretty sick. I was out for quite a while. But despite having COVID, there were 2 days there where I literally stayed in bed all day, and I only got out of bed to practice the violin. Those weren't my best practice days, but I got up out of bed and dragged my sick self to my music stand, and I practiced the violin and coughed COVID germs all over my violin. So the reason I had to edit out the video at that part is because it took me several tries to get that piece down without coughing in the middle of it. So my voice is still a little raspy. The piece that you heard was the best I could do without coughing all over the place. And also, I just practiced that piece today when I found out that Ozzy had passed on. So that was Paranoid by Black Sabbath on the violin, for anyone out there that couldn't tell. Good exercise for practicing double stops. So, like I said, I had a bit of the COVID last week. I was feeling a little crummy. I was feeling a lot crummy, actually. And as I was sitting wrapped up in a blanket in the living room, and the temperature outside was 96 degrees, I thought something was wrong. So I dug through my closet underneath a bunch of old shoes and my bottle cap collection and old baseball cards. I found a couple of COVID tests from back in the day. that actually were still within their expiration range. So I took a COVID test, and sure enough, the old COVID caught up with me. But I am feeling a lot better. The last few weeks, what's been going on? Well, I got a new bow. It's a Coda bow, and I really like it quite a bit. It, as people who are into bows know, this is a Coda Diamond bow, by the way. I had to double check. And it's kind of the silver, the intermediate level. So this bow, for me, was quite pricey. It was about $600. But as I was about to say earlier, people who are into bows know that bows can be very pricey. And $600 for a violin bow, for most violinists, is considered a pretty low quality bow. But for me, this is about as good as it's going to get, because I'm just playing the violin, learning the violin just for fun, just so I can play at home, maybe learn a few tunes that I can play with other people. But for me, a $600 violin bow, that's the sky's the limit for this guy. But this bow, like I said, it's a diamond bow. It's the SX. It's a carbon fiber bow. When I first got it, I didn't know, it didn't really feel much different from my other bow, which was a $60 carbon fiber bow. But as I started, it took a couple days before I noticed that this bow, I do have better bow control. This bow doesn't hop as much. I had been having problems with the bow hopping in this area right here, but this bow is a lot more steady, and I like it. I think it sounds very nice. And I'm able to play a lot smoother, I think, than I was able to with my old bow. So was it worth the $600? I would say yes. But I would have to become a much better violin player before I invested in any kind of bow more expensive than this. So if you're looking at a bow under $1,000, I can definitely recommend a Coda bow. And like I said, it's the Diamond SX is the one that I got, and I'm really happy with it. So coming up on almost 1,000 days, less than 40 days until 1,000 days. So that's kind of the next goal, to see if I can make it 1,000 days practicing the violin every single day. I'm still working full-time, getting ready to start my second job, which is kind of seasonal. And as I mentioned in the last video, I've also gone back to school. So I'm a glutton for punishment. In fact, I should be writing a paper right now, which I'm kind of not. And actually, in honor of Ozzy, I think myself and Spooky the Ghost, which if you've seen my Halloween episodes, you know little Spooky here. I think me and Spooky are gonna go listen to some Black Sabbath and maybe write the paper later. So we're gonna go listen to little Ozzy in honor of the man who just passed away. And I'll see you all next time on the next installment of Man vs. Violin, which honestly may be around the 1,000 day. So I will keep practicing. Why? Because that's what Paganini would do. And I'm going to go listen to some Ozzy, because that's what Spooky would do. Take care.